is when you come to class on Thursday, to have a sheet similar to this that you have practiced before you turn it in on Thursday. And it's a sheet that you would lead the class in. So this shows us your creativity, your imagination, and we'll work on some teaching strategies along with the sheet that you've created as you teach it to the class, like I'm about to do with the sheet that I created. Okay? Any questions about that? So that'll be due at the beginning of class when you come on Thursday. And it'll take you maybe 5 minutes. It won't take very long. All right, now, what's the first thing you notice on the sheet that I gave you? First thing that you should notice.
Andante.
Andante, right. So what is that? Kind of a walking tempo. So it's kind of a medium tempo. So everybody close your eyes and snap andante. And there it is. Stop. The conformity, which you cannot do. Notebook. Have a seat. We're going to say that. It took longer than I thought it would take, which is good. That's why I have them close their eyes. Okay. Here's the note. As a conductor, you have to be, capital letters, relentless with your impulsive will, with what you want. Now, what we just had happen, I was hoping would happen. I thought it would happen quicker. You started snapping. I had you have your eyes closed so that nobody around you would affect you visually. And I asked you to snap andante. Well, andante, there's probably 10 different tempo markings that could be. So there's a variance to that, and you would be correct. But you all conform to each other in an ensemble kind of a way, which is very good. Okay, so what just happened was good and bad. It was good because you conformed as you would do if you're playing the orchestra or the wind ensemble, whatever it is. It's bad because as a conductor, if you acquiesce, if you give up, then the player's impulsive will start to be stronger than yours. And it never can be. Does that all make sense? It's a big note. I don't know how you're going to write all that, but it's on tape, so you got it. Okay? All right, so you stand up again. So, looking at the sheet, the first thing that I would see is andante. Second thing, okay, it starts in 4, then 3, then 4. Okay, so 4, 3, 4, 4. All right, I've got that memorized already. Okay? Make sense? So that's the step of how I'm figuring this out. The piece starts piano, crescendo poco a poco, so the whole thing crescendos all the way to the end. The last whole note starts forte. So by the time I'm at the last note, it has to be forte, and then it crescendos from there, and then there's a breath, some kind of a release. I'm not sure what that means, but I guess it means some kind of a flourish, some kind of a hot release. It would be a hot release maybe, because I'm not going to call it a cutoff because you taught me on your test to never use that term. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so I see in the first measure a tenuto over beat 4. So what I'm going to do is drag the tip. Do this. I'm going to drag the tip. Pretend like there's a sinker. Anybody like to fish? You like to eat fish?
Yeah.
No? Well, some people have to catch them for you. Well, if there's a sinker, you know what a sinker is?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a weight. I'll say a weight. There's a weight on the tip of your baton, and you can kind of feel that. No tension. No tension. Yeah, make a bigger sinker. Yeah, bigger sinker. Yeah. Yeah. Look at the person next to you. Turn and face in. Turn and face in. Keep each other out. There you go. There you have a group of. There we go. Okay. Good. Yeah. Okay, with the person that you're working with right now, take your sheet. I'm going to give you 3 minutes, and I want you to conduct through the sheet and help each other out with it. 3 minutes. Off you go. Take your stands and separate.
Yeah.
Spread out.
What's your interpretation of my mind?
Just looking at those. I just got this 2 minutes ago. Yes.
I suggest you sing the music. Don't just count, but actually sing the music, sing the articulations, sing the tone.
There I go. Oh no. This works.
Okay, now stop. Stop. Let me throw a couple things out at you. What's the first thing that leaps out at you in the second measure? The accent. Very good. So, when should that be shown?
Beat 4.
It should be shown the beat before is what Ms. Green would say. However, what is shown the beat before?
Tenuto.
Tenuto. So how do we do that? Fascinating. So that's one thing to figure out. Look at the end of measure 3. What do you notice? The staccato. That's a really good place for a what? A what of what? Have we talked about this yet?
A gesture of
A
syncopation.
gesture of syncopation. Very good. This is a great place for a gesture of syncopation. This would be a light flick gesture of syncopation. Otherwise, it would be marcato. And we want it to be staccato. And then the downbeat of the 4/4 measure is tenuto, and then the upbeat is staccato. Wow, I have no idea how we're going to show that, because how do we prepare that in advance? Off you go.
Okay. So basically, everything is shown. Like I said, everything is shown yesterday or today. Like, think about in the morning. Like I laid my clothes out the night before. Show the thing before. That's just what I do. So let's start with pop up so that you're like inviting.
Just think about how you feel that beat initially. People will see you feel that.
Okay, you're doing also
I don't know if that's actually
Okay, sorry.
it's kind of like a descending swing.
Do you know what it means by gesture of syncopation? I know what that is. The actual execution. Yeah, okay. So it's because a lot of these are on like the ands have a stronger like downbeat, so that's like. Does that make sense? Like my foot's the beat, my hands are the upbeat. So it'd be like. So in our conductor we just
what for the end of measure 2? So I would show. And this is something I haven't talked about. One.
it would be like look at the third measure.
Would show the accent on the upbeat.
So we would show
4.
more of the
Because you've
gesture
already played beat
execution
4.
like 4 beats,
I
2
need
and
to show
3.
it early. So the only other
Does that make sense? Okay. So it would be like dot or
1, and that prepares that.
dot.
So 1,
Something like that. I'm really bad at singing.
One.
Let's conduct through the meter first. And conduct through the tip of the baton. Try to keep your elbows to like where they are.
Tip still like that.
And use them as like a focal point with your arms. Because if you're going like this, they're gonna fall
staccato,
your
that gives you the answer. So you want them to
That's what I did that for a long time.
So what you have to do is show the gesture syncopation on beat 3 in a light fashion. Otherwise they'll accent like they did the downbeat.
Okay.
That's why I wrote it that way.
Alright. Cool. Work through that.
Yep.
Yeah, don't conduct
Yep.
with the.
Okay, I'll keep walking this.
And if you start in the middle and then work your way out, it's like expanding.
Okay, so I would sing. Both of you sing. So you sing. Are you leading right now?
Kind of.
Okay. So if you're leading, you really sing what you see, and then flip it, and then you'll see if what you're showing is effective. Now I didn't see a big difference between this and this. Possibly. That could work.
It's like I'm going like
There's another way to do it.
four passes, one, two, four.
When we do like articulation change, we'll foreshadow it in your face. So they're like, oh, something's about to happen. Because it engages them.
Okay, so you're doing a nice job of dragging your
Let's do
tit.
this
Just
again.
make sure you don't have any
Okay.
tension in your shoulders. Just let's see the tension. Make sure that your chin is tension.
There's no pitches, so I'm just singing whatever rhythm. Okay, cool. It was a cool melody. Okay, we are. You guys we're starting really big, and it's good. Yeah, you know. And I'm not. I'm starting like this. So I need to melt.
I immediately see patterns saying things and put those things together, but they don't.
Okay, it's.
One more minute.
Think about singing the rhythm and connecting it. Yeah, no, I feel you. Make more eye contact and show more intensity in your eyes and your mouth and your face.
Let's just look this over so you can see that well. And you can see her well. It's a little bit better. Okay.
Okay. Use your eyebrows. So when we're about to go into a style change or the accent change, or articulation changes, foreshadowing. Something's about to happen. Sorry, I like little details.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think about everything.
Don't think. Just do. You'll get it eventually. It just takes like forever.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's like fluid. It comes second nature to you now, right? If I say plan A, like Dr. S says, you can just pick up 3 a.m. and just do it, right? This will get there. You got it. Do your mouth more. Let me see your mouth.
That's good impulsive move there.
I was doing the same thing. Do a little bit more subtle. Which he wants more of a hot release anyway. I like it more subtle.
Okay, guys, back to your seats, please. Thank you.
Yeah. And just be like, do this little part so that you don't move too fast.
Remain standing, please, and let's do this together. Now, I told you that it would take you 5 minutes to make your sheet. It took me an hour to make this one. And now you know why. I wanted to create a lot of challenges for you to figure out, and a lot of you are figuring them out on your own, which is very good. Now, I'm going to give you a helpful hint. Any change needs to be shown before the change is to occur. Ms. Green says it needs to be shown the beat before, and 95% of the time it can be shown the beat before. The other 5%, this sheet kind of exemplifies. So you have to figure out, can it be shown the beat before? If so, how? Or can it be shown at another time rather than a beat before, which would happen at an earlier time. So just before the change will happen. So I want everybody to sing and just conduct, and I just want you to conduct in your own fashion. But this is what I would like to have happen, and I haven't mentioned this to them yet. Now really open your mind and listen to this. And just look at me and just listen. Don't write anything down, just listen. Here's how I want you to start practicing with the mirror. Okay? I want you to live in the 3 time zones with yourself. this is how you do it. I want you to sing what you see. I don't want you to see what you sing. So if I was going to conduct the whole first suite, Chaconne, if I was going to practice in a mirror, like most people would practice, I would be here. Which looks normal, makes sense, okay? But this is how I want you to practice. Now I'm pretending like I'm looking at myself in the mirror, and I'm going to sing what I see. So I'm going to respond to my own conducting through my own singing. Does that make sense? Now look at the difference. Now you see my response is a little bit behind the beat. I'm using more facial expressions. I'm enticing myself to sing in different ways through my conducting, and I'm responding to it. Those are the 3 time zones. It's all on tape, and it'll be on the computer later today. You'll be able to see that. Does that make sense? Is anybody confused? Probably not. This is, I mean, I thought last year's class was really, I mean, it was. Yeah, it's really good. Okay, so, as you practice, there's 2 great ways to practice. Notebook. Have a seat and write this down. Number 1, practice in front of the mirror and sing what you see, which is what I just showed you. Number 2, practice with a partner. Either the partner you were just working with or the partner that you chose a while ago. It doesn't really matter. Practice with someone so they sing what they see, you conduct. And here's another great way to practice. Taking both of those and combining them into one by recording with your phone. Video recording with your phone. Because then your phone will keep you honest. Your recording will keep you honest. Did I do what I thought I did? And then look back at it and take some notes and learn from that. The recording will never lie. Okay? So let's stand up and conduct through this, and then Wednesday, or Thursday, when you come, you'll have your own sheet to share, which should be great. Okay? And we're standing up, and away we go. Okay? And here's the tempo. 2, and ready, and sing, and. I saw any elevator left hand in the last measure, which is great. That's improved a lot. That's the whole reason for the last measure. But I didn't see any hot releases. That's why I have the breath mark for a hot release. Not a cutoff, but a hot release. So the crescendo goes right to the release, like the last movement of the whole first suite Chaconne. The climax is actually the release of the first movement. Okay? All right, now I want you to hold your sheet up like you're singing in a really good choir. And I want you to sing as I conduct. And then Erin's going to do this too. I didn't ask her to do this in advance, but this will be fun. We'll put her on the spot. Okay? So you're watching a sheet, you're watching me, and we're going to go through this twice with me. And then we'll discuss, okay? First thing I changed the second time. Started smaller and gave you a look of what? What did the face say?
Easy.
Yeah, easy. Good. That was actually the word I was thinking of. Very good. Okay? Erin. Same what you see. difference between the staccato and the accent. And let's have that last measure be a complete whole note off on one. It's off a little bit too soon. And what Aaron just did is very common. Oftentimes, the last note of a phrase, or maybe the last note of a piece, is a whole note or a double whole note, and we're holding it, and we're excited, and we're crescendoing, and we release early. So it's really important as a conductor that you constantly have that internal pulse going, which you answered beautifully in the test, by the way. You have that internal pulse of the eighth notes going so that we don't release early. And again. Yeah, better. Thank you. Now let me show you a couple tricks.
You want to hear the major minor chord that was it's like a split third. That's so cool.
Let me show you a couple tricks. What did you come up with the accent on measure 2? Okay, here's one way. And again, sing. When did I show it? Right, but you're already singing the tenuto, so it didn't affect the note that you were singing, and then you sang the accent. Here's another way. And again. When did I show it that time?
And of 4.
On the and of 4. Okay? So Miss Green would not like that. She would rather the first way, because the players, or the singers in this case, you have a longer time to respond to the conducting, and that was her whole point. My point is, maybe people are smarter now. I shouldn't say that. But you don't need that much time to respond. You can respond, and you just proved that you could. So, what I would like you to do is to create a sheet that's imaginative and interesting and creative, and then work through it yourself. Maybe work through it as you create the sheet, and come up with as many interesting challenges in your sheet as possible, but then be able to teach those to the class and share some ideas about how to conduct it well. Okay? So that'll be due on Thursday. Thank you very much. Have a seat, blow a couple notes, and we start with Jesse.